Alpt, if someone calls you fat, just tell them you used to be 75 pounds heavier. They end up looking like an asshole, and you end up looking accomplished. Lots of r/fat PR plat going on in here. It was banned for a reason. Since she turned 35, my mom adds at least 5 years to her age, so she can look like she's aging great. I've always thought she has it the right way around. They end up looking like an asshole. If a person calls you fat and doesn't know you well enough to know that I used to be 75 pound heavier is a lie, that person actually is an asshole. So it would be an appropriate look. In general, calling someone fat without provocation will make you look like an asshole to most people. In many Latino cultures, calling someone fat would just be like calling someone tall or brunette. Even to someone's face, it's not seen as offensive as we see it. True, we literally grow up hearing nicknames like Gordita/O. Aka little fatty. It's a term of endearment. Really lol. Yep. Chaparro tambien. You're fat. You're ugly. I can diet. Edit. Thanks for the silver kind stranger. Reminds me of a scene from Sopranos. See you late tomorrow. I can be here early, but you'll be stupid forever. I legit lost 75 pounds though, and no one's ever called me fat to my face, even when I actually was. Is there any hope for me? You're fat. Savage. Brutal. Wrecked. As someone who actually lost 100 pounds yet is still a little chunky, people's reactions are always still about how accomplished that is. And people tell me all the time I look skinny, lanky and tall. I look better in clothes, fats for sure. But it may be some body dysmorphia or something, making me think I'm still fat, because that's what I was used to for a long time. We are literally the same person. I still feel like the fattest fuck in the room. Well, if you are the only person in the room, you probably are. Sounds good. Doesn't work. Also sad. Removed. Yeah. Anyone who is enough of an asshole to call you fat isn't going to give a shit that you used to be fatter. I mean, I understand the sentiment as an adult, but I do have this big blotchy scarred black hole of forced forgotten memories from K-12. Except when it's true. I was 405, now 305. Get called fat all the time. Tell the truth and people are still assholes. Best of both worlds. Not to date myself with this line, but haters gonna hate. If someone is miserable and or insecure enough to attack another person's appearance, it probably wouldn't matter what you replied with. Sometimes assholes are just assholes. I, for one, am proud of you for losing 100 in weight. That isn't an easy journey at all. Keep on keeping on. You can do it. Fuck off also works. Best comeback is every time I fuck your insert close relative/partner title here they give me a donut. Hello, it's me, their close relative. Sorry. I've been claiming you are doing all kinds of things to me. Don't worry. I said you were good. I brought donuts. It's not that. It's what I did for you to bring them. I struggled with weight issues growing up, and my go-to comeback was sure. Call me a fatso. But I'm losing the weight and I'll be fine in a couple of months. Your face. You're stuck with that shit forever. Apostrophe. Problem is when overweight and _ugly. Better to be fit and ugly than fat and ugly. At 188 pounds, obese, people hardly called me fat. At least to my face. Now at 123 pounds, which is low but still healthy, people won't shut the fuck up about how I need to eat more. You better believe that if someone is being an ass to me about having a healthy BMI, I'm not above calling them out for being fat. And I don't care if they've already lost weight. They need to learn to not talk about other people's bodies if they don't want people to talk about this. Yeah, it's pretty annoying when people constantly talk about your body, whether it's fat or skinny. Plus, with most of America overweight/obese, fat is somewhat normalized, so being slightly fat looks skinny to some people. They aren't a good judge to your weight. You should be measuring yourself, researching, and talking to your doctor about your weight, not to your shitty coworker. Or tell them that every time you fuck their mother she gave you a cookie. Shuts them up real quick. Or just tell them gee whiz. Guess I'll go back to not eating. And then they usually shut up. I used to have anorexia. Then I started having surgery and the medicine hurt my stomach and people started noticing I didn't eat. And now people make sure I eat. I used to be 110 pounds and a size 2 to 5. Now I range from 140 to 170 depending on surgery, lady issues, etc. I'm now a size 7 to 16. I had someone look at my high school pictures and literally say WTF happened to you. I glared at him and said not being anorexic is what happened. He just walked away after that, clearly not wanting to touch that subject. This is stupid. Still fat. Apostrophe. The primary objective of singing insulting you is to attack your feelings. If your only rebuttal is to lie and pretend you're better than you are, you're only gonna make it worse. Not only do you now know that you're perceived as fat, but you also know that you're pathetic enough to think lying to strangers just to save face is worthwhile. You're just hurting yourself worse than they would have on their own. Good pro tip. Well, maybe his feelings didn't even flinch and he doesn't give a shit he's fat. Him lying was him the counter insult. Some people have odd principles that they value highly. Him saying that in response might be a way of saying you don't know me dude, I'm a stranger. Kinda funny. All is perception ultimately. Same. Still a fat liar. Joke's on you. I used to be 6 inches shorter. This isn't unethical. This is great. Someone calling you fat is unethical. Fuck that guy. Well, it's lying so it sure can be unethical if you swing that way. Very true. Hey, I used to be fat. I still am, but I used to too. Or just work out and stop eating shit. I dated a guy who was 200 pounds at his heaviest and was physically active and tall, but he would tell people at his gym that he used to be 300 pounds just to look even more fit. I'm recovered from an eating disorder. I say thanks. I'm recovered from an eating disorder. Then I watch as their face turns to horror. Bahaha. Same here. The fat gain after being anorexic is crazy. Fuck Tumblr for banning pretty much everything except pro-ana. What if it's someone who has known you for years? Note, does not work with already established bullies. We've been married for 50 years and that's a lie. And if someone calls you too thin, tell them the chemo has that effect. I just pat my belly and say thank you for noticing. I've invested a lot of money to get this body. Hey, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.